Hey, it's Coach Ariel Anderson, and great to have you here. I was quickly sending a message to my circle saying, "We're here, we're alive." Excuse my 1 minute. I am talking about creativity on the way to pregnancy. And I know we've had this conversation a little bit before, but it's that time of year when I want to reiterate it, to repeat it, to come back into that because we've been talking so much about losses and grief and self talk and all the tough stuff. So it's time to get into the fun stuff. And we're getting towards the end of the year when you might be reflecting on what you've done and you haven't done and what's whirling around in your mind for, exhaling out this year and bringing in the new year. I also did promise a special announcement, which I'll do in a second. Of course, I want to welcome you if you're new here. Thank you. Nice to see you. Please subscribe, and we'll see you next time. I'm here every Friday, live, regardless of whatever. So far, 10 a.m. Pacific, Fridays. All right. So, and if you're returning, thank you for being in our incredible midlife fertility and pregnancy circle. And I'm just so thankful, that whether you're 33, 35, 45, 50 plus, this is your place to exhale into, to know that you have a place without judgment where we can talk about anything and you can ask any question. So that's kind of a pretty great place to be in with you. And I love to provide that on Fridays and the first Thursday evening of every month at 5 o'clock Pacific. So that gives the other side of the world a chance to come in here. So, just sort of exhaling into the space, I wanted to just say a big thank you. I did my first short. It was kind of comedic, but I did it to just say a big, big, big thank you for being here because we're at 500 people in the circle. It just is sort of awe inspiring. I know some people have millions. I'm really happy to have so many people. I imagine you all standing in this room together. Well, probably you couldn't stand in this room together, but let's say in the neighborhood, just sort of all standing around, maybe in the football field next to us. And I don't know, just looking around quietly and, wherever you are in the world and knowing that we've all been on or are on this path together, gone through a lot of the same things, maybe have some health issues or have lost babies, have not been pregnant yet, have partner issues, have bonus family issues, are creative and strong and maybe even a little bit willful, which is good because that means that you feel this destiny, this you're meant to have this child or children, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to remind you of what you know, to remind you of what's sitting under the surface, that deep knowledge of listening to your body and your intuition and yourself. And I just wanted to say that again today. So I did promise you that if we when we got to 500, and I really like this to be organic, by the way. I'm not like putting lots of hey, subscribe exchange or anything like that. I really it's important that you're here, not, random numbers that are for YouTube. So that really is strong in my heart. So I promised you something and I've been thinking about it and I'm thinking about it. And I think the best thing would be to give you a retreat. I think I would like to give you a retreat. So instead of a shorter morning, we'll give you a little bit longer one. What do you think of that? So I'm going to think about this while we're talking today. I will be here on the 24th and the 31st. I know that that can be busy times. And if you're on the other side of the world, those are evenings where you might be with your family or whatnot. So probably the best thing would be to do at the beginning of the year, to do Thursday night and Friday morning, just to kick off the year. Okay. I think that would be great. And next week we'll have something maybe lighter. We'll see how that goes in the next weekends. But I want to do that. So mark your calendars for the first. I will tell you what those dates are later. And if you're subscribed, not only to the channel, but if you have taken one of my freebies, the 7 steps or pregnancy after loss, then you are in my circle of people I contact and I will let you know. Otherwise, I will do my best to do a short here to let you know. Okay, if that's allowed. I don't know. All right, so let's jump in because here we are, and it's a great day with sun kind of just behind the clouds, and it makes me think of you and that it's almost sort of that same feeling if you like the sun and warmth like I do, not too warm, like Canary Island warm, 22 degrees, something like that. It's like your pregnancy, the sun, it's you see it, it's not strong, it's not there yet, but it's there. It's within sight. Or maybe it's not within sight, and those clouds just seem so strong. But creativity, working with something that gets you lit up and excited, that that is the juice. That is what gets you vibrating differently after not getting pregnant, after hearing things from your doctors, after your own self talk of why isn't this working? Why aren't I keeping or getting a pregnancy? And especially, you might be here for the first time. I mean, you might be doing this for the first time, but maybe you've had a pregnancy, you've had a child or children, and you're doing this again. Then it's also challenging because you're like, what? But I've done it before. Yeah, remember that your body has done it before. And if your body hasn't done it before, it's still innately, it's a primal knowledge that your body knows what to do. It knows how to create. So creating reminds your body that you can, from start to finish, create something. Now, that's the really important piece. Listen to it again. From start to finish. I noticed something along our path to pregnancy, a lasting pregnancy, that there were little things that we weren't finishing. We weren't finishing projects, but it was even the silliest thing as uh, my husband has a habit of, for example, taking the dishwashing liquid and it gets kind of low to like that annoying part where you have to really, you know, do this like ketchup or you have to, put some water in, whatever is your way, but he can't stand that. So what he does is he gets another one, right? So he doesn't finish this one. He gets another one. And sometimes I will come and there are like two or three bottles if I haven't been doing the dishes for some days, or I've been doing something else, or I've been sick or whatever. I'll come down and I'll think, okay, there's a lot of not completing here. So that, for example, that, or the toilet paper roll, same thing. It gets to the annoying stage, or it's going to run out. So let's just take it off and not finish it, or finish it later, or start a new roll. That's another thing that happens in our household. And I am a strong believer that this is a message to the universe that you're not completing things. I know it seems silly, but those little things are an easy way to start, an easy way to complete things from start to finish of a toilet paper roll, of dishwashing liquid, of your face cream, whatever it might be. And then the next step can be a project. Maybe you're working on a piece of art. Maybe it's doing rituals. Maybe you do rituals so consistently that you finish a whole candle. You, from start to finish, a candle that you love, maybe the way it smells, the way it looks, it brings you joy. Start to finish, idea to completion, seed to birth. It's powerful, those little messages. It's like those little words, "Ugh, I can't, my body's broken." All those little words are very powerful, and those little actions are also very powerful. So this would be an idea of something. What else? You've got uh, a painting. Well, paintings are hard because I never feel like they're finished. But I think something that really you can start to finish. Maybe it's even getting creative in your house with the way things are organized from start to finish. And it feels so good. If you're here right now, you can tell me if you chat disconnected, please. Oh, no. That's weird. All right. It's hard to see here. Let me know. Do you have anything that you know what I'm talking about when you start something and you finish it, how good it feels in your body? Because this is what we're trying to remind your body of. an example, even just doing the dishes. That's not creative necessarily, but it can be how you do them. If you have fun with them, if you put music on and you do it with a partner and you make it a playful thing where you get to be flirty and splash water bubbles on each other, or make something that's ordinary fun. Be creative with the ordinary, and that building of a connection, that creating more connection and play and lightness, because gosh, when you're on this path, it gets heavy. It gets heavy really fast. So do you know what I'm talking about? That start to finish and how it feels. Uh, what was it the other day? I was thinking, oh yeah, I put away the dishes. I really don't like putting away the dishes, but it was one of those things where the rack was full and then the rack was empty, and it felt really good, because there's so many things when you get interrupted during the day, or uh, you pull out something to do, and then days go by before you actually get to it. But the doing some things and completing them. Does that sound familiar? Is that something that you know? So whether you're here now or on the replay, I love to hear your comments, your thoughts on that. Your how if you've felt that difference between when you see the pile up of something or something that's not completed, or those things that stay on your to-do list, and how it feels when you get any of those things done. And if this is interesting for you, well, please do like it, share it with somebody if that's interesting, and subscribe if that's something you want more of. What else? What else can we talk about as far as creating? I'm sure you have a bunch of things in your mind, but I think the main piece is whether it's creating food, if it's creating organization, it's creating play, start to finish, doing something where you can complete it. Uh, Completing things, that's a whole other video, but uh, that's what we started to talk about today. I'm wondering, we are at 10:13, and when there's just one or two people, I will ask if there's any questions. Ask me anything, can be literally anything. It doesn't have to even just be about fertility and midlife pregnancy, but I love that's why I'm here, is for answering any questions, telling stories. You can ask me to tell a story. Sometimes I have stories in my mind and they come after the live because I get nervous and I think, why didn't I tell that story? I will say that doing this, start to finish and getting more creative, I do believe it really moved something, because that was on the last pregnancy, before and during the last pregnancy, which resulted in Ella, the sixth pregnancy, number six, uh, was that moved the line. That was one of the things that moved the line. And I think there isn't one fast, like, this is it, you do that, and then you're pregnant. It's very individual. That's why I'm giving you so many different ideas each week, so that you can say, that's the thing that clicks with me. I can do that. That's what I want for you, is that you think, okay, yeah, I can do that. That works for who I am. That works for who you are, and how your life functions. Because everything that I'm putting out here, the idea is that it you can do something that sort of is either living under the surface and has been wanting attention, like, yeah, I want to do that again, or you've been wanting to get to it. It feels right. It feels like something that you could easily integrate into your life, because anything that you hear, read, discover, that people say, this is the thing that works, if it doesn't fit you, if it doesn't fit you, it doesn't make sense. So let me know. Is there anything that has been living under the surface? You've been kind of, I'd like to get going with that. And remember, creative isn't just painting or gluing things together. It's being creative in your life, creative solutions. Because I think when you're taking your temperature and you're watching your schedule through the month, and you're sex isn't fun anymore, and there's so many things that start to feel like work, then this creativity is so important. It's so important. Okay, any questions? I will sit here for a moment. Let's take a breath in and out. I'm feeling my belly sort of tensing up as I'm getting all woo with you here. So I'm going to take a deep breath in with you, And exhaling, coming into the room, and two more breaths in and out. Deep breath in, all the energy, taking it in for what you need for over the holidays, end of the year. Exhaling out anything that doesn't serve you. It's weighing you down again. Breath in and exhaling, grounding if you're able to, with your feet on the ground, your sit bones wherever you're sitting, and eyes open when you're ready. I always end up closing my eyes, but of course, if you're driving, we don't want that. I just wanted to say I'm thankful that you're here. If you have, thank you for the thumbs up. If there's anything you need, you can always write me. I'm here. I'm a person. I will be taking a pause. I've been sort of stepping back a little bit as we get towards the end of the year. I will probably be mostly offline the after Christmas, but I will come for the live. But I will take a few days to unhook because I think that's very important, and for you too, to unhook. If you have holidays with family, it might not feel that way, but to unhook from the doing and the creating, the trying. Mm, You know how I feel about that word trying and should. I just like to put it in a bin somewhere because it's just frustrating words. I want to remind you of 500. I promised, and I will absolutely be doing a retreat for you. I will figure out how that looks and send it to you if you are on my beautiful circle list from one of the freebies down below in the description. Then I will absolutely be sending that to you. Otherwise, I will do my best to put a little short up here since I'm experimenting with them to show you what's coming up, and maybe send a message through the community, which I've never done before. So we'll see if that actually works. I think it's really hard to find the lives and events coming up. I'm not sure why they make it so hard. That's one of the things I would love for YouTube to switch, but we'll figure that out some way. But just plan on the first Thursday and first Friday. First Thursday, I always will do the one evening gig, with you. So that's 5 o'clock on Thursday, and the first Friday, I will do those are the days I'll be doing a retreat. Figure that out if you want. Let's see, what would that be? That would be on the 6th and the 7th. Okay, so those mark your calendars, keep your eyes open. If you're not on the mailing thing, then just keep looking for it. I'll find a way somehow to get that to you. Otherwise, have an incredible holiday. If you have any questions, you are so welcome to unable to connect to chat. What in the heck is going on here? I wonder if you're trying to chat and you can't. All right, we're gonna see. I just reconnected it just in case. Well, you're gone anyway, most of you. There's one left. Hey, mwah. Have a beautifully imperfect and incredible holiday season, end of year season. I will see you next week. Even though it's Christmas, I will come. We'll do something cozy and special. Maybe we'll have some glögg, which is my husband's. It's a Swedish mulled wine and some hot cider if you don't do alcohol, and we'll cuddle up here and maybe tell some stories. Ooh, I have some really good stories for you. Oh my gosh, I see. I told you I would think of the story later. Well, I'm going to wait till next week then. It's going to be a warm, fuzzy, wonderful uh, end to yeah, the holiday season. Okay, I will see you next week, 10 o'clock, Friday, a.m. Pacific. As always, take care. Ariel Anderson signing out. See you later.